Now I know that I talk a lot about death on this channel, but that's for a reason. Because first, I just find it fascinating. This idea of death. What will happen after you die? It's so crazy. I just find it so fascinating. And also, thinking about our non-existence makes the fact that we are seem odd. You see, the very fact that we are alive seems crazy in the first place. I mean, isn't this crazy that here we are, conscious, that we're aware, we can sense things, we have this experience, we're in this moment, and that we're going to die one day, and no one knows what's going to happen after that. Isn't this exciting? And the second thing is that it's so important to think about that. And it's also so useful because we can get so easily lost in our everyday tasks and duties and all of that stuff, all the trivial stuff, all the trivialities. And we forget to think about this stuff. We forget that it's limited, that we're going to die, that this doesn't last forever, and that we forget to wander in nature. We forget the craziness and the oddness of everything and how crazy all of this is. And we forget that it's not that serious. We forget that it's all just a huge dance. We forget this. And you see, when we forget all of this, we might just go on doing something that we don't like because it pays more, or something like that. And you see, when we also forget the fact that we are going to die and we never really know when we're going to die, we start living for the future. We start making plans for the future, once I graduate, once I have this amount of money, I'm just going to grind hard and do the thing that I hate doing because it will bring me a bunch of money, and then when I'm 50, 60 years old, I can retire and it was so good. Or after 10 years of doing this, I can retire and do nothing and just relax on the beach and do what I actually want. But now, I'm not going to do what I actually want to do because I'm sacrificing my life, this moment, for a future moment. But, you see, first, tomorrow never comes. Tomorrow never comes. You don't know if tomorrow you might die. You don't know if in a week you might die. And also, you see, making plans for the future is only good if you can live in this present moment. You see, the plans of tomorrow can be only enjoyed by those who don't take it seriously. Meaning that plans for the future are only useful if you can live in this moment right now. Because what happens if you never live in this moment and you always got your eye on the future? You see, once that plan matures and once you get to that future goal, once you get there, you won't be able to enjoy it because you already have your mind, you already have your eye on another plan, on another thing. And you won't be able to enjoy what's in front of you right now. You see, it's just like the guy who's at a banquet. And you see, he's always, searching for the next food, and always tasting, chewing food, and never really tasting it, you see. He's never really tasting, he's never really savoring that food, because once he starts chewing, once he puts that food in his mouth, he already got his eye on the next bite. So he never enjoys the food in front of him and always is searching for more and more and more. It's like the guy at the bar. The bar is almost closing and he's saying, just one more drink, I haven't had enough. He hadn't had enough because when he had that drink, when he had those drinks, he didn't really taste them. Then now, the bar is closing, and death is waiting for him outside the bar. I mean, this might have been like a weird metaphor or something, but you get the point. The point is that when you're thinking about death, it also brings up the question, how do you want to spend your life? How do you want to spend your days? What do you want to do? Do you want to do the things that you don't really like, but it brings us more money, or the things that you really love, but doesn't bring that much money? I mean, it's for you to decide. There is no wrong or right answer. It's for you to decide. You don't have to listen to me. No, don't listen to me. Think for yourself. This is also very important, because nowadays our attention is always outwards. It's pointed outwards. We're never sitting by ourselves and, just listening to ourselves, connecting to ourselves, thinking for ourselves. bringing our attention inwards. We're always seeking, okay, what is my purpose? What should I do? We're always seeking for that outwards, but you won't find it there because your life is unique. Your life is individual. It's you. It's only you. No one knows you as well as you do yourself. So don't look for what should I do? What should I do? This, that. Don't look for it outwards. Of course, you can take inspiration, but what you want to do, what you truly will want to do, you will only find that here. It will only come from inwards. And also knowing that you could die at any moment. How will you treat other people? How will you treat yourself, Will you forgive other people? Knowing that they also might die tomorrow and you might not be able to forgive them once they are dead. It just shakes you up. The thought of that shakes you up and changes your whole perspective on things. This is why I think that it's so important to keep it in mind. You see, thinking about your own death even helps with procrastinations, because you see, when you procrastinate, you say, oh, I will do it tomorrow, oh, I will do it an hour later. But you see, tomorrow is not guaranteed. How do you know that you're not going to have a heart attack in the next minute? You could have one. It's not out of the case. You see, it's a luxurious thing to say that I'll do it tomorrow. You never know if you will have a tomorrow. This is why we should appreciate every single day and be grateful for it and live it completely and have fun and not get lost in all this trivial stuff. Because our life is the most precious thing that we have. We wouldn't trade it for anything else. You wouldn't trade your life, your consciousness for anything in the world. It is the most precious thing that we have. This is why we should be grateful for every single day, every single moment that we're alive. And now the idea that I want to talk about is regarding yourself as dead already. That you're already dead. Because you see, when you get this sense of profound and deep nothingness that is underlying your whole being, you can come back from that as a much better person. Because you see, there was nothing before us. When we think back to our earliest childhood memories, we are faced with a blank. We are faced with nothingness. We came out of that nothingness. And you see, when we're thinking of ahead, we're also faced with this nothingness. You see, out of this nothingness, everything comes. You see, it's all a mystery. Everything is a huge mystery to us. How are you conscious? You see, how do you move your hands? How do you circulate your blood? How do you breathe? You see, you don't know these, but you do them. It's all such a great mystery. So there is this profound and deep nothingness and, blankness that underlies, and this mystery that underlies our being and the whole world. And you know that you're going to die. I mean, we say that one thing is certain, death and taxes. And it's 100% that you're going to die. It's just as certain as if we were going to die 5 minutes from now. And 100 years from now, you'll only be a handful of dust. And that's it. So act out of that reality and regard yourself as dead already, so that we have nothing to lose. You see, there's this Turkish proverb that says, he who sleeps on the floor will not fall out of bed. And in the same way, regard yourself as dead, as if you're nothing. And you see, you will surprise yourself. As Adam Watts said, that the more you know that you're nothing, the more you'll amount to something. And now if you're interested about that, I made a whole other video about it only on that, and what it would be like to go to sleep and never wake up. And I go into that, in that video, I go into really, what is it going to happen when we die? How is it, will just there be nothing forever? Just going to sleep and never waking up? I go into that in the other video. Very interesting stuff. You can check it out if you want to. I'll leave a link to it in the description. So thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, I do free one-on-one calls. You can send me an email and we'll arrange a video call and we'll talk with each other. You can ask me anything that you want. So email in the description. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for being here. Have a great day and goodbye.